Where do I even start? Hi guys, it's been a minute. It's been such a long time since I showed up here on YouTube, and I have so much to tell you. Well, if you're new here and you don't know anything about me, my name is Elena. I am living in Hong Kong, and I made an attempt to create vlogs on YouTube back in 2021. You can actually see a few videos in my library, but I dropped off pretty quickly. And I have my own reasons for that, of course, but I just want to take you back a little bit and tell you what happened, because it's been quite a journey. So back in 2021, when I filmed a few vlogs, I was still working in the office. It was 9 to 6. I wasn't very happy about it, but the job itself was very nice, it just wasn't for me. I started to pursue my degree in psychology, so I was kind of juggling everything at the same time, and I was studying every free minute, like any moment I had, just to open the book and study for my tests. So I was pretty busy at that time. But a lot of things happened in 2022. I lost my cat, and I also left my long-term relationship. I'm not going to go in depth about this, it's just happened. I hope you respect my privacy in this aspect. And in very early 2023, I started to live on my own. I rented an apartment. Getting emotional. So in late 2022 and early 2023, I made a lot of very hard decisions. I quit my office job. I realized that I just cannot do this anymore, and I kind of lost myself in this whole Hong Kong style living. Hong Kong is a very demanding city. It always feels like a constant chase of money, of success. You really need to make a lot of money to be able to live a good life here in this city. So I saved some money to sustain myself for quite some time. I quit my job. That was probably the scariest decision I've ever made in my life, because that just meant that I had nothing to lean back on anymore. Also, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so it was quite terrifying, honestly. I spent about 2 months traveling around Asia, reconnecting with myself, trying to figure out what I want to do next. And at that moment, I also graduated. I became a qualified counseling psychologist, and I realized that I want to try something else, something different. I want to put myself out there. I don't want to be working in an office my entire life, doing a job that I don't even enjoy. I didn't want to be limited by developing someone else's business, and I just felt like it's time for me to build something for myself. And this is when I took a leap of faith and I started to promoting myself. I put myself out there. It was very scary. I remember I was posting my first posts on my Instagram page, and I was crying because I was so terrified. I was just so scared to put myself out there saying what I'm going through. It's so much easier to keep things to yourself. But what I learned is that for healing is quite essential to connect with other people, because this is how we grow, this is how we reflect. It's so important, and honestly, people around me helped me so much to go through stuff that I was going through. Yeah, and then my journey kind of picked up, and I started working with people, I started taking clients, I started exploring this new life, and I was quite consistent on posting. I was really trying, I was trying out different formats, trying to figure out how Instagram works. I put so much work into it, and I'm so proud of myself because I did it. And it was another very terrifying moment, just basically starting something from scratch and keep doing, keep pushing, keep trying. And the thing is that you never know what's going to happen, and I find it quite amusing about life is this process, is this journey when you never know where life is going to bring you. So for this, you really need to keep an open mind and an open heart, and this is what I did, and I think it helped me quite a lot. After I burned out, 2024 began, and I found myself in a place where I was completely lost again. I wasn't sure whether my effort was enough. I wasn't sure whether it's gonna be paid off. I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue, and honestly, I just didn't have energy. I felt so low. I felt like I just don't want anything, and I know a lot of you probably can relate. It's kind of hard to deal with it, but I do appreciate my journey. I do appreciate every single moment, every single event, every single person that came into my life to teach me something, to show me something. After that burnout this year, I'm actually still kind of going through this. A lot of changes also happened this summer. I went back home to Russia. I'm so glad I did because I saw my family after 3 years, and it was a really good quality time. But while I was there, I lost my dad. A lot of things just happened. Life happened. Where I'm going with this is that right now I'm here, and honestly I'm so excited and I'm so happy to be here back on YouTube, because YouTube for me was always a big part of my life actually. I really love connecting with people this way. I just love watching how people live in different countries, how they think, what they do, what decisions they make, what make them grow, what they struggle with, how they overcome all these struggles. Probably that's the reason why I studied psychology, because I'm just naturally very curious about things like this. And there is something very old-fashioned and very genuine about YouTube, is how people spend so much time filming, spend so much time editing, spend so much time just showing sort of unfiltered life. Of course, it's not 100% like this, but it's so much closer to a genuine, real picture than Instagram. And I think I just love YouTube for this. So I always wanted to create videos, and this is one of the passions of mine. I love photography, I love videos, I love editing, I love music. It's just everything. And I also really love to share, even though sometimes it's hard for me to do it. And I know that a lot of people can resonate with what I'm doing, with what I'm saying, with what I'm going through. And I know that I can help a lot of people to feel less lonely, to feel less alone, to feel less left out, because we're so much more alike than we think. We have similar problems, and it's great to share our struggles with others, because this is how we connect on a very genuine level with other people. Yeah, getting back to Instagram, I transitioned my Instagram to Russian language at some point, and it worked really well for me. So I'm keeping my Instagram in Russian for now, but I want to connect with the world, so this channel will be English only. And where I am right now, life took an interesting turn, of course, as always. Earlier this year, I started working for a company that hired me as a personal trainer, because I'm also a certified personal trainer. I got my cert in 2020 during COVID, because I was so bored. I was working from home and I just wanted to learn something new, and I was always passionate about fitness, so it kind of made sense for me to study, but I never knew that it will pick up like this at some point. Now I'm working as a personal trainer in one of the private gyms here in Hong Kong. I'm also consulting people as a counseling psychologist. I'm also being a content creator, and that's how it is right now. Big changes are coming again, and feels like life is just such a crazy stream of events and things that you never can predict. And there's only one way to cope with this, is to accept that it's always gonna be like this. Things are gonna be happening, and what we can do is to embrace, to adjust, to adapt, and try to find joy in this. So this current apartment, I spent a lovely 2 years in this apartment, but it's time for me to go. My landlord just increased the price, and being a very spiritual person, I felt like this space is kind of squeezing me out, and I need to look for other opportunities. And I spent only 1 week looking for apartments, and I found one, and I think I'm going to sign the new lease. It's a massive shift for me because it's more expensive. The flat is bigger. It's located in the area that I'm not familiar with, but when I was there, I felt like that's it, and I really trust my instincts. So this change is very scary, but fear is just a part of this journey. I really want to bring you guys along with me on this new, incredibly interesting chapter of my life. I think you can expect some moving vlogs, some days in my life kind of content. I am so ready for this. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you very soon.